Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. And this film is absolutely ridiculous and overly long and stupid, as the title suggests. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this and that Volcano Man music video of Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams, and I'm like, this seems like it can be fun. But it's Will Ferrell in 2020, don't know how to feel about it. And yes, it's a Will Ferrell movie in 2020, and he helped write it, and I don't know, this film felt like there was some comedy gold waiting for David Dobkin, the director, to really take advantage of, and Will Ferrell to take advantage of. But I feel like all the best elements of this film are pushed to the background for us to focus on a generic Will Ferrell comedy. And that's the most disappointing part, because I feel like this Eurovision, which I had no idea this was a thing, but now that I've looked more into it, I'm like, this seems like a lot of fun, that this has so much potential for comedy, because this thing is absurd, over the top, and doesn't seem like it takes itself very seriously. And then Will Ferrell tries to lampoon it by making fun of it when it's already making fun of itself. And all it does is feel like low-hanging fruit. And it's interesting because I recently rewatched Team America World Police, and I was looking into it and seeing some quotes, and like, there was a criticism like, why doesn't it take on George Bush? And Matt Stone and Trey Parker are like, because everybody does that. It's low-hanging fruit. Why are we going to make fun of something that everyone already makes fun of? Which is also why that they don't make a whole lot of Trump jokes. Because it's like, what else could we say that people aren't already doing all over social media? And this film, why make fun of something that's already being made fun of? Because then it just feels like low-hanging fruit and unfunny. And that's exactly what this film comes off feeling like. And Will Ferrell's character is a giant man-child. There's nothing special about this character that we haven't seen already in so many other Will Ferrell movies. And he doesn't really bring a whole lot of anything into this film. And Rachel McAdams, I feel bad for, because she's really giving it her all, and she's having some fun with it. Pierce Brosnan, completely wasted. This film goes to so many ridiculous story choices, and like, there's a bunch of randomness to things, and there's, like, it gets super dark at times, like people getting murdered and stuff like that. And I'm like, what is the tone of this movie? And in the end, oh, and there's elves. Or are there? You'll find out if you watch this movie on Netflix and commit the 2 hours and 7 minutes. There's one particular scene that really captures the horrible pacing of this, where they're trying to show who's going to go on to like the next night of Eurovision. And that scene feels so drawn out that I'm like, this scene's going on for like 10 minutes. And you know what the best parts of this film are? The fun musical numbers. And there weren't enough of them. But who really steals the show is Dan Stevens as this Russian character who's very obviously closeted and gay. But like, his like deep singing voice of this ridiculous song Lion of Love got me every time, and I absolutely loved it. And I saw some critiques where it's like, this would have felt better if it was just something like Spinal Tap, or like a Christopher Guest mockumentary. And I'm like, it probably would have, because they focus on a main character that's so uninteresting and so unfunny that all the little trimmings around it are the much more interesting parts of the film that don't feel like they're really dove into enough. And my God, the ridiculously running jokes of Will Ferrell making fun of Americans feel so forced and stupid that I'm just like, God, stop. And it's really low-hanging fruit. That's honestly most of the humor in this. It's either stupid or too easy. And I just didn't really laugh or really enjoy myself, except when they were singing. So I'll probably watch some of the performances on YouTube from time to time, because I also try to find Lion of Love on like Amazon Music. I really want to listen. Like I want to have that song because it's so much fun. But in general, it feels like a lot of wasted potential. Really would not recommend Eurovision. It's a way too long and not anywhere near funny enough for you to take the 2 hour and 7 minute investment. But those are my thoughts on Eurovision. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.